If you're using your default iPhone camera settings, you're doing something wrong because your iPhone's camera, especially the video quality, is incredible if you know how to use it wisely. I mean, there's so many different settings with 24 frames per second, 60 frames per second, 720p, 4K, 1080p, a lot of different variables that can actually determine how smooth and good your videos look on iPhone. So in this video, I'm going to break down every single video setting on your iPhone, and by the end you know exactly when you should use what setting, for example for your YouTube videos, for your iPhone reels, or for just extremely awesome footage on your iPhone that you want to show off to your friends. Let's fix your iPhone camera settings together. Okay, so first things first is highly important, and many people forget that you should clean your back lenses all the time. So much dust is piling up there. There's even a new feature if you go into settings and then go to your camera, scroll all the way to the bottom, which is called lens cleaning hints. If you have that possibility, make sure to toggle that on. It's already the base of good footage to have clean lenses. But now let's get into the meat, talking about the different recording video options. So in total, as you can see on the Pro Max models and the Pro models, there are 8 different video options. Most of you will probably have 7 different video options. Okay, so let's start with 720p HD at 30 frames per second. So why would you want to go for this format? Well, first of all, it's the lowest storage format. So if you film in this format, this will take up the least amount of storage on your device. Obviously, this comes at a trade-off because the quality will also be significantly lower. The resolution here will be 1080 by 720 pixels, and it will shoot in 30 frames per second. It's great for maybe people that have older devices or want to send extremely small file sizes. But honestly, in this day and age, I wouldn't recommend shooting in this format. Then let's go to the second format, and that is 1080p HD at 30 frames per second. Again, here we have 30 frames per second, which really removes a bit of the smoothness here, but often many people won't recognize when something is shot at 30 frames per second or 60 frames per second. It's just about smoothness here, and this is in 1080p, so that's a really good format already. It's 1920 by 1080 pixels, that's the resolution. And this is, for example, great for a YouTube video if you're starting out and don't want to think too much about different settings here. The file size is okay, it's not that much. Also the default camera setting, and as you can see, it takes up 16 megabytes for 1 minute of a video approximately. It's just a good format, a good default format, but there are better formats if you want to take things to the next level. Let's, for example, now go to the third format, 1080p HD at 60 frames per second. So the main difference here is the smoothness, or the frames per second that I show you right now. Just for reference, this video is filmed in 1080p HD at 60 frames per second, so that is what you're seeing right now. I really like it personally to have my content in 60 frames per second. It's the smooth motion and the less like motion blur. Also, I shoot most of my content on social media in 1080p at 60 frames per second. Mostly I doubt between 4K at 60 frames or 1080p at 60 frames, and the reason for that is just storage and file size. The quality is better at 4K, we're coming to that one in a sec. At the trade-off is like more and more storage is getting consumed there. Then we have a 1080p HD at 120 frames per second, and this format is great when shooting in slow motion. It looks really clean, there's no stutter, and it's great, for example, if you need to shoot a sports video, fitness, or quick and speedy actions going on. And then 120 frames per second is great because you can then also lower everything and the frames look really nice together. There's even 240 frames per second in slow-mo, but we're not going to cover that in this video. But that's mostly used for practical slow motion footage. Next, we're coming in the 4K resolution domain, and we have 4 different formats here. The first one, 4K at 24 frames per second. And 4K, as it says, is 4 times sharper than 1080p. The resolution comes in at 3040 pixels by 2160. And yeah, why 24 frames per second? seconds. Well, this is actually how traditionally movies were shot, and it really creates this natural motion blur and slightly softer movement, and is really great for if you have to storytell something. So this is more for the artists among us. As you can see, also mentioned by Apple in the camera setting, it's a film style, so great when you're a film director and starting to create a film footage on your iPhone. Then go with 4K at 24 frames per second. Now let's upgrade with 6 frames per second to 4K at 30 frames per second. Again, same resolution as with 4K at 24 frames per second, but now 30 frames per second. There is a slightly noticeable difference when shooting in these two different formats. So yeah, why should you go for this format? And that is if you want to have more natural footage, a bit less motion blur here. It's better for just general content and great for example, YouTube videos, talking head videos, light movement. 30 frames per second will do the job better than 24 frames per second. Okay, so next up, 4K at 60 frames per second. So I always choose between 4K at 60 frames per second or 1080p HD at 60 frames per second. This is really to create high quality, smooth footage. This can be used for YouTube videos, for even reels on Instagram or TikToks. It's just great for like almost any use case. However, there is a massive trade-off in storage. As you can see here below, 400 megabytes per minute. That is huge. So make sure to be careful not to overuse this on your iPhone because your storage will really pile up quickly. But the results of the footage that you take in this format are amazing. Maximum smoothness, maximum resolution, but also massive file size. And lastly, if you want to ultima cinematic, slow motion, high quality footage, you should go for 4K at 120 frames per second. What's great about 120 is that you can slow the footage down to 25%, for example, speed, and get really awesome, smooth, high quality frames and footage. Take into account that this is eating up your iPhone storage in a minute. Almost 750 megabytes. You can see it's 740 megabytes for 1 minute in this format, which is massive. But yeah, this is really great for if you want high quality dramatic sports shots or cinematic walks, which you then in post-production can, for example, make really ultra smooth slow-mos out of. So yeah, this is the maximum resolution with the maximum frames per second on the current iPhone 17 Pro Max and Pro. But again, make sure to take into account that this is eating up so much storage. And lastly, I have one bonus format, and that is if we go to formats, right there we have the video capture Apple ProRes format. Basically what this does is Apple ProRes allows you to then shoot your video in the most natural colors. So Apple adds filters to their video format, and if you shoot in ProRes, it's gonna completely remove that. So let me show you how that looks. So as you can see here, it's now on log, and you can see how like faded it looks, and this is because the whole color profile of iPhone, of Apple, has been removed. And now what you can do, and this is more for professionals, is that if you film this, after that you can add your own color grading. You can add your own colors, you can make it darker, lighter, add different greens. Like, it gives you a lot of flexibility. This is only available for the iPhone 15 Pro and newer. And yeah, take into account that Apple ProRes is only available on the iPhone 13 Pro, 13 Pro Max and newer. The older iPhones don't have this option. And yeah, if you use it, take into account that this is eating up a lot of storage because so much data is captured in this format. It's even recommended to use an external storage solution if you are gonna shoot in the higher formats. Let me show you that. So let's say I want to shoot 4K in log. So you can see here, you get the warning already. You need a external storage device to be attached to your iPhone because it's eating up so much storage. All right, guys. So yeah, there you have it. The different video formats all explained, all the 8 that we have right now. I really hope this was helpful, and make sure to share your thoughts in the comments with us. Which video format are you shooting? Share with us why. Also, I'd love to hear your thoughts about that. Thanks for being here, and see you in the next one. Peace.